It's like, I don't know. They set times. They don't
Mhm.
even like consult with me and like about a time. They just automatically set it, and I have to.
Yeah.
I hate that. You know, I really do. It's so intrusive.
Yeah.
Arrogance. This is a very arrogant town. It really is.
Yeah.
It's just as bad as New York City.
But the thing is, why would they need to check your pipes more than once if the heat's working? Are you saying the heat's not working in your apartment?
No, the heat's definitely working.
Okay.
But they just I don't know what's going on really.
Yeah.
They're a pain in the ass. Fucking realtors here, always sending people over.
Mm-hmm.
Very arrogant people here. I don't like it. They have no respect for someone's like privacy here. They give the contractors a key to come arrogento el carte blancho, to come storming in through your door, even though you don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I posted that legal notice on the front of my door.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, at my complex, I'm just accustomed to people coming in all the time. I mean, they do, like knock on or ring the doorbell or whatever, and they always give notice, beforehand, and they give a time frame on a piece of paper that they post to our door and stuff like that. They don't do that kind of stuff for you.
I mean, now they're starting to do that now with me, but before they
yeah.
I just don't like. It doesn't hold any water with me how they give contractors a key to come just walking in arrogantly, through my front door. I can be laying on my bed naked, or when they come storming in, I can't deal with that. I have a child abuse history. I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
No, I have civil rights. It's not acceptable to me. No.
Well, there are some people over the years at this particular complex who have made copies of either everybody's keys or have a skeleton key, stuff like that. And so you never know. I mean, some people are just said to be like really special, like they were, I don't know, they might have been like a cop or the son of a cop or something like that. That's
either the son of a cop or a son of a bitch.
but I mean, whoever it is who's like, protected for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe it's some kind of, gang or mafia or whatever, and we don't know, we just don't know. But I mean, we don't bother asking because, people get warned to mind their own business, and of course we know what that means around here. It means overlook, what certain people are doing, just so long as the CEO or the owner of the building, doesn't allot enough money to the landlady to actually, basically do crime fighting kind of things.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Last night I was feeling exquisitely pissed off, and so about the trespass situation.
Yeah.
And I just let loose on Facebook. I have no more patience. They're hypocrites at the Walmart Corporation because they're like, oh, I have your back, this, that, and the other thing. They all fucking lie because the trespass order is still in place. I'm done. I've had enough. I'm not giving anybody else the benefit of the doubt.
Well, maybe they were trying to sound extra nice because they thought that you were extra sensitive. So they probably never intended to do anything about it. I mean, because because the thing is, they're they're looking at one thing. They're just looking at the money, and you don't have a whole lot of money, and so they're thinking, one customer spending like $200 in a month, not that big of a deal. But then other customers like coming
Right.
in from the suburbs and spending thousands of dollars a month. Holy crap, that's on a different order of magnitude, you know.
Uh-huh. And I also targeted the district attorney, Heather L. Adams.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's kind of sexy, but
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that I left her a message, her office a message. They never got back to me.
Yeah. Well, the other thing
know-
is most professionals are overworked now, and especially during the Christmas season, you generally do not hear from anybody for 3 months. Now, if I had known that, with Perk Stands Up before, I probably wouldn't have been kicked out of the organization, because I wouldn't have been freaked out at not having a response for 3 months without any notification. Or any accusation of doing anything wrong, like right on the spot, by those people. And it's like, are they told, like to delay their reactions and then, take administrative action? It's just weird. But there's another organization which I'm talking to, named United for Respect, and it's interesting being on this end of the deep canvassing rather than doing the deep canvassing. I like being able to tell my story better rather than having to do the administrative legwork and punishing people on the inside of the organization for trying to get a hold of somebody.
You naughty motherfucker, Chris.
But anyway, United for Respect informed me that their offices do not reopen until after Christmas. Like, I think January or February or something like that. And I'm like, if those people are actually paid and not volunteers, what are they making money from over the Christmas season? So, I mean, all these organizations operating on a shoestring budget, but at the same time, something like Pennsylvania Stands Up has, like an endowment of $5 million now, and so anyway, and of course, the people in the executive class, they don't want anybody to know, where they're from, or or what mad skills they have, for oppressing people instead of freeing them up like the organization is supposed to do. And of course, I might take, being ignored a little harder than the average person, but essentially, they found out in a study that being ignored by people,
Yes.
especially when they claim to be your saviors, is highly traumatic, and it registers in the anterior cingulate cortex, which is the same place which processes pain in the body. And so the thing is, all of these slights or insults, as they sometimes say, add up over time, especially for autistic people. And so that's why we always feel that being punished in the first place for nothing deserves more punishment for nothing thereafter. And people are really happy to jump on the bandwagon. It's just there's something in their hearts that that makes them just so vengeant, and yet so chicken that they shrink back the moment that there's any accountability, for these so-called higher up business professionals or executive class or whatever the hell they're called these days. Whatever euphemism Trump is giving them to cut our benefits or whatever. I mean, I wonder what their salaries are, and of course, they never have to reveal any quote personal or private information, like salaries and stuff like that, because all of their motifs and all of their thinking is projected onto the authority structure of the organization. And so they can basically do anything to anyone that they want. much like a gang. And so that's that's why that's another reason why I reacted so strongly um, at first to being kicked out of the group by those two executive lesbians uh, at the Pennsylvania Stands Up, who no one ever sees and no one ever talks to, um, you know, and uh, their time is theirs, and your time is also theirs. So don't ever volunteer for those kind of things, okay? If you ever can't stand, like somebody not meeting with you face to face, um, or not getting back to you, for 3 months without saying anything, and then you know, and then destroying you in front of the community. Well, then don't join those organizations. Just tell your story, because God knows America still needs your story. Yeah.
It's funny, Chris.
Yeah. But yeah, I did make 2 videos in support of you. The one argues that uh, the denomination and the strictness of the church, that those 2 people that were nasty to you should be examined, and it should come into at least the Lancaster County discussion, if not the national discussion, because Lancaster Examiner has been reporting on this kind of crap for ages, not directly tied to what he's been reporting on, but it's the same kind of attitudes. We have to look at things intersectionally. We have to say, all of us or none of us. And for those of us who do have the smarts to see the connections between, a loss for one group is a loss for another, then we should try and speak them out, and we should try and de-occult those things, um, but it takes a long time, because this stuff, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I'm realizing now, it took me, so many years to realize. And everybody has their own times table, and I believe it's set by astrology and stuff like that, to a degree. And then, and then other times, people's time comes up for a particular thing, and they don't make that benchmark. Maybe they have to wait another cycle, before that benchmark that they are supposed to do in order to fulfill their role in society, nation, world, etc.
Oh boy.
So
Anyway.
why were you so sick for a while?
I'm sorry, what?
Why were you so sick for a while that you couldn't go anywhere?
I can't remember that.
Wow.
But I haven't been feeling well on and off lately.
Yeah. Do you think
I've
it's
been getting the chills? I've been getting the chills on and off, like at night sometimes. But
you think you got COVID, or do you think your room is just really cold and they don't have good enough heat?
No, it's not. It's neither. Just because you have the chills doesn't mean you have COVID.
Yeah. But I mean,
there's a lot of different viruses. There's many different viruses.
I've been sneezing my face off since I got back from New Jersey. Holy crap! I mean, and I reach in there, and there's no boogers. It's just an itchy nose that wants to keep sneezing, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? What dust did I take in New Jersey? Magic New Jersey dust.
I know I'm crazy. Oh my God.
But yeah, I think it also is, connected to, having a pretty cold room. I mean, I just put on a lot of blankets, because I pretty much never use the heat, because it could be like 22 degrees outside, and the thermostat will read something like 60 degrees. And like, how can that be? And then, of course, most of the time, it reads around 70 degrees when it's like, 50 degrees outside. And and then I turn on the heat, and then it runs for about 2 minutes, and then it shuts off, because it's reached 72, which is the max I can set it on. Yeah.
So I look forward to you taking a look at my posts.
Okay.
If you like them.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll wait till you get to my posts. I look forward to that.
Okay. All right.